aggravates as whether inflammatory options like PRP are usually not strong enough and cause too much downtime. These are quite common in NFL players. Whatever the medical staff is doing right now, it is unfortunately not enough. So basically, this medical expert is saying the medical staff suck. Y'all suck in Indy, bro. You're just hot garbage. It ain't working. It ain't working. Now, this is
During a recent pregame press conference, Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White addressed questions regarding Caitlin Clark's ongoing injury situation. The discussion began with White's comments about managing the situation day by day, which raised concerns given the similarity to previous statements made when Clark was sidelined for 2.5 weeks. White's approach to handling Clark's playing time has come under scrutiny, particularly regarding the decision to implement a motion offense that removes the ball from Clark's hands. Critics argue this strategic choice has contributed to increased physical contact and potential injury risks for the star player.
Now, this is the play that is in question. Caitlin. I know we watched this earlier, but this is the one that is in question. She was holding it, bro. Caitlin Clark knew she was hurt, bro. She knew it. She crying, bro. Just as a father saying this is so just unfortunate, bro. So damn unfortunate, bro.
When asked about specific details regarding Clark's condition, including whether imaging had been conducted, White confirmed that tests were performed, but stated no decisions had been made about Clark's availability for the upcoming All-Star weekend. The coach's responses during this portion of the interview appeared evasive, with noticeable changes in demeanor and eye contact patterns that suggested discomfort with the questioning. The injury situation involves the groin, quad, and hamstring areas, with White explaining these connected muscle groups often present complex rehabilitation challenges. She emphasized that the team has maintained a cautious approach throughout Clark's recovery process, prioritizing long-term health over immediate participation.
Unfortunate, bro. So damn unfortunate, bro. So he's saying, the doctor's saying that they suck. The medical staff suck. He says right here. And so let's pull up this doctor. Medical doctor, PRP Stem Cell Sports Family Board certified. So he is a legit doctor, bro. He is a legit doctor, bro.
White addressed the difference between re-injury and new injury classifications, noting that lower body muscle groups are interconnected and complications can arise from various sources. The coaching staff's primary focus remains on comprehensive recovery rather than rushing back to play. Questions arose about the balance between Clark's enthusiasm for the All-Star festivities and medical considerations. White deflected responsibility for All-Star participation decisions, indicating that Clark and her personal team would make those determinations independently. This response pattern suggested an attempt to distance the organization from potentially controversial decisions.
He let it be known, dog. They suck. The medical staff suck, bro. This is horrible, bro. Someone tell Feed the players aren't getting. I'm kind of starting to wish, man. Caitlin would have just waited to come back to All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? At this point, like,
the physical nature of opposing teams' defensive strategies against Clark became a topic of discussion. White acknowledged that constant physical contact throughout games affects movement patterns, loading mechanics, and overall athletic performance. The sustained physicality over extended periods can contribute to various injury complications. Even when no single incident appears responsible, the coach emphasized the importance of freedom of movement rules and their enforcement at the league level. She indicated that while isolating specific causes remains difficult, the cumulative effect of aggressive defensive tactics represents a significant factor in player health considerations.
Point, like, she hella hurt right now. The All-Star game is in what, 3-4 days? She's supposed to be participating in the 3-point contest. Doubt if that's going to happen. She's probably going to need a replacement. Came back too soon. Growing pools usually take months This is just an ugly situation, man. That's the hood at the stop. I don't know, man. It's just so much stuff going on within this league.
White's responses regarding team preparation and rotation adjustments revealed frustration with the recurring nature of Clark's absences. The coaching staff has had to repeatedly reorganize lineups and game plans, creating ongoing challenges for team chemistry and development. Medical imaging confirmed through MRI testing provided additional information about Clark's condition, though specific results were not disclosed publicly. The timing of these tests coincided with the decision to rule Clark out for the evening's game.
Oh, man, it's just so much stuff going on within this league. Somebody said she came. I don't think she came back too. So she was out 2 weeks. And then we got to remember she was out, what's that, a month? She was out for a whole month before those 2 weeks. Caitlin Clark, John, and all of the chat, have a great night. Shout out to you, Jules. I doubt of Caitlin Clark. I don't know, man. I don't know if she play all server. I just yes.
The financial implications of Clark's absence were not directly addressed by White, though speculation existed about ticket pricing and fan expectations. The organization's handling of injury announcements and timeline communications became subjects of public debate. Throughout the interview, White's body language and verbal responses suggested tension between transparency and strategic information management. Her difficulty maintaining direct eye contact during certain responses indicated discomfort with the questioning process. The coaching staff's injury management philosophy emphasizes gradual progression and multiple confirmations of readiness before returning players to competition. This conservative approach aims to prevent setbacks while maintaining long-term player health.
Yes. I don't know what this is. I'm going to call you on the league. Oh, this is Caitlin responding. Caitlin threatened to call the league on the ref. He must have, bro. What did dude say to Caitlin? Because that's the same referee from earlier. That's the same referee from earlier.
White's explanations about the interconnected nature of lower body injuries highlighted the complexity of rehabilitation in professional athletics. The relationship between groin, quadriceps, and hamstring injuries often creates cascading effects that extend recovery timelines. The press conference revealed ongoing challenges in balancing player safety, fan expectations, and competitive objectives. White's responses indicated internal discussions about Clark's status while maintaining public messaging focused on day-to-day assessments. The physical demands placed on Clark during games, particularly given her ball handling responsibilities and the aggressive defensive attention she receives, create unique injury risk factors. The cumulative effect of sustained contact over multiple games represents a significant concern for medical staff.
Earlier. That's the same referee from earlier. I'm telling you right now. That's the same referee from earlier. So I'm trying to see. So the press conference has not came out yet. Let me see how the Connecticut Sun press conference came out, because I don't believe that one has dropped yet either. Bro, that was so.
White's deflection of All-Star Weekend decision-making to Clark's personal team suggested organizational sensitivity to public criticism about player utilization. The coach's emphasis on supporting whatever decision Clark makes indicated awareness of external pressures. The interview concluded with discussions about team adaptation strategies and previous experiences managing Clark's absences. White's frustration with the recurring nature of these situations was evident through her tone and response patterns. The overall pattern of communication during this press conference suggested careful message management while dealing with a complex injury situation. White's responses indicated multiple layers of consideration beyond simple medical assessments, including competitive implications and public relations factors.
50-50 chance Caitlin Clark leaves Indiana after a rookie season. No, after rookie season, after rookie contract is up. Because I have a feeling that with all the restricted free agency and everything, I think they're going to try to get rid of all coring out of the CBA. I don't think coring is going to be a thing. I don't think coring is going to be a thing in the CBA. And obviously, look, you're going to have to core players. and they're going to have to court Aaliyah a year earlier than Caitlyn. And if they're scared Aaliyah's going to leave.
The WNBA All-Star Weekend orange carpet event took place without one of the league's most prominent figures. Multiple Indiana Fever players attended the pre-game festivities, including Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and several teammates. However, Caitlin Clark was notably absent from the proceedings. Various Fever squad members made appearances at the celebration. Lexi Hull participated in the event alongside Aaliyah Boston and other roster players. Katie Lucia-Wilson and Erica Wheeler were also present among the attendees. The gathering included both all-star selections and regular roster players from the franchise.
Have to court Aaliyah a year earlier than Caitlyn. And if they're scared Aaliyah's going to leave, and if they're like, oh, we want to core and trade Caitlyn, then Aaliyah leaves for nothing. And Caitlyn leaves for nothing. It's a bit of a weird one. It's a weird situation. But you can see, and this is one of the more important things. You see this right here. You see this right here. This is Caitlyn's agent. This is Caitlin Clark's agent.
Clark's absence stands out particularly given her uncomfortable appearance at the previous year's similar event. Her body language and demeanor suggested she felt out of place during last season's festivities. The formal nature of these celebrity-style gatherings may simply not align with her personality or preferences. The timing coincides with ongoing CBA negotiations that have created uncertainty throughout the league. These labor discussions have reportedly been challenging, with Clark's involvement in the process adding extra pressure to an already difficult situation. The negotiations have not progressed smoothly, creating additional stress for players across the organization.
Clark's agent. So Caitlin Clark's agent is involved in, meeting up with, or in this meeting, whatever it is, whether it's a meeting or just a chat. Caitlin's agent is there. That's her freaking agent. Looks like it. CC to Liberty, CC to New York. Is that Erin Kane, her agent? Wouldn't be mad for her for being in New York. So tomorrow in the CBA, I'll put in a request for a trade. Fever front office have Turner getting.
Multiple injuries have plagued Clark's recent months, marking an unprecedented stretch of physical setbacks. She has experienced 4 separate injury incidents within a 10-week period, representing more health issues than she encountered in the previous decade combined. Training camp began in April, yet she has not maintained complete health for any 10-day stretch since that time. The constant physical problems represent a dramatic shift for someone previously known for durability. These recurring setbacks have created both physical and mental challenges that extend beyond typical recovery processes. The psychological impact of repeated injuries can be particularly difficult for athletes unaccustomed to such frequent setbacks. Clark previously declined participation in the NBA's three-point contest, expressing preference for her inaugural appearance to occur in Indiana. This decision demonstrated her willingness to forgo high-profile opportunities in favor of meaningful personal circumstances. The choice to skip competing alongside Stephen Curry and other NBA stars showed her selective approach to external commitments.
Front office have Turner getting money for not playing and haven't brought on another player. The front office don't make some moves. She's going to be fast as soon as the contract ends. She's going to be gone. I think there's a good chance. I think there's a good chance that Caitlin Clark is just like, you know what, this isn't for me. This isn't for me. And I don't mean that in a way of being like, oh, they're going to be like, I want to stay in the Midwest. Like, I want to stay in a small town. I don't know.
Her shooting percentages have declined significantly, with three-point accuracy hovering around 20% this season. This performance drop coincides with her physical struggles and may influence future invitation opportunities. The statistical decline adds another layer of pressure to an already challenging period. The potential for a league lockout creates additional uncertainty about future playing opportunities. If labor negotiations fail, players might not compete in WNBA games until 2027, creating a substantial gap in competitive basketball. This possibility adds weight to current decisions about participation and recovery timelines. Clark's passion for basketball itself remains evident. Though her interest in peripheral activities appears limited, the ceremonial and promotional aspects of professional sports seem less appealing to her than actual competition. Her focus centers on playing the game rather than engaging with the entertainment industry surrounding it.
I want to stay in a small town. I don't know. I think this is probably nothing for now. But this reminds me of, the secret Kyrie and Kevin Durant meetings. Tampering I stand behind. There was some sort of taking Towns to New York. I have so many mixed feelings about the implications of this when my needle is moving. I think the reality is that it's probably chatting about the CBA meeting tomorrow. And with Aaron Kane in there, I think Stu.
The pressure surrounding her career has intensified dramatically, with expectations reaching unreasonable levels. Social media criticism has doubled compared to previous seasons, creating additional mental strain during an already difficult period. The combination of physical setbacks and increased scrutiny creates a challenging environment for any athlete. Recovery from mechanical injuries requires extended rehabilitation periods, potentially affecting her ability to play overseas during any WNBA hiatus. International competition might not be feasible if she needs substantial time to address underlying physical issues. The mechanical nature of her problems suggests more complex solutions than simple rest periods.
Stewie is like, it is mostly a CBA chat, and obviously Sandy Brondello is there as well. We taken her talents to the Big Apple. Caitlin Clark, you are a New York Liberty. She never smiled like that in front of Kelly and Amber. Like, I think with everything with Caitlin Clark, because like New York are getting they're getting their new facility, and I think she's probably looking at it and like, man, I'm cool averaging 15 a game, just getting a bunch of assists.
Alternative league opportunities exist, including playoff-specific contracts and partial season arrangements. However, her preference appears to be avoiding these options in favor of full commitment to her current team. The prospect of playing in different competitive formats may not align with her basketball philosophy. The mental aspects of recovery may prove more challenging than the physical rehabilitation process. Adjusting to frequent injuries after years of durability creates psychological hurdles that extend beyond typical healing timelines. The mental game becomes crucial when dealing with unprecedented physical setbacks.
Man, I'm cool averaging 15 a game, just getting a bunch of assists. She's eyeing the Liberty. That is her agent currently. Recruitment starts now. The front office better step up. Caitlin Stewie, I tried to trade for you in the All-Star draft. Not wrong. I tried to trade for you, but I just couldn't give up Aaliyah. Can't believe I'm going to be a Liberty fan in 2028. Pulling a Sylvia Fells, demanding a trade so we can be free of Kelly and Amber. Like, rather travel to New York for a Caitlin Clark game than Indiana. I mean,
Clark's attendance at Saturday's All-Star Game remains expected, as she will coach Team Clark alongside Sandy Brondello. Her commitment to the actual competitive aspect of the weekend appears solid, even while skipping the social components. The coaching role represents the basketball-focused element she seems to prefer. The broader expectation that she should single-handedly elevate the entire league creates unfair pressure that no individual player should bear. Her personal well-being and career longevity should take precedence over external demands for constant availability and participation. The responsibility for league success should be distributed across multiple players and organizational levels rather than concentrated on one individual.
Works for a Caitlin Clark game than Indiana. I mean, I'm going to be only for... I mean, you know what? Yeah, I'll be gladly able to go to New York by the time that happens. I'll be almost certainly able to go to America next year. When everything dies down, I'll be well able to go to America next year. If not, I'll go courtside in Toronto. It is what it is. But like, you can just see here, like, New York Center.
Taking necessary time for physical and mental recovery represents a reasonable approach to managing current challenges. Prioritizing long-term health over short-term appearances demonstrates mature decision-making about career sustainability. The choice to focus on essential commitments while avoiding optional events shows practical thinking about energy allocation during difficult periods.